SugarRagathon.com.
We interrupt this program.
Previously, critics had railed against the duo as crude, dumb, ugly, thoughtless, sexist, self-destructive, and foolish.
They are not part of the legitimate business world.
What they do is they celebrate underachievement.
In all candor, I would tell you it's outrageous filth. And if I could find some way constitutionally to do away with it, I would.
Good morning. Today's show brought to you by Bugle Boy.
Brought to you by Z-Zorb from Nuts.
Brought to you by Bum Equipment. What happened to Bugle Boy? Is Bugle Boy still a brand?
Let's see here.
Live Moss.
Live Moss, Bugle Boy. Let's see.
Bugle Boy ruled the world for a while, man.
Jeans.
Everybody was sporting Bugle Boy back in the day.
This is a lot of eBay.
No. Can't get a new Bugle Boy?
It's a lot of eBay.
Were they just jeans? Was it, or did they have accessories?
I don't see anything.
Oh, all right.
else.
Well, today's show not brought to you by Bugle Boy.
Unless you get on eBay.
Bugle Boy, big things are coming.
First person to bring us a pair of Bugle Boy jeans from a thrift shop gets 10 free tickets to next year's Taste of Syracuse.
If you know what, I will give you a pair of tickets to this week's Rockathon Reboot if you bring us a pair of Bugle Boy. First person to show up at the studio with a pair of Bugle Boy jeans, I will put you on my list.
Okay.
For a pair of tickets.
Good
you
to
will
know.
get yesterday's non-winner from the
Perfect.
Reboot the Game.
Perfect.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, I'm here with my Bugle Boy.
Hello. Oh, look. Sugar's got a Bugle Boy bag.
But it's not new, right?
Or is that like did they, like, ooh, we're like old Bugle Boy now. Ooh, now we're old, but now we're new.
Like the nostalgia vibes?
Yeah. Look, here's a hat.
All right. First of all, the word bugle has lost all meaning. I can't even say it anymore. It's so stupid.
Bugle Boy, Bugle Boy, Bugle Boy, Bugle Boy, Bugle Boy, Bugle Boy, Bugle Boy.
But was Bugle Boy like JanSport back in the day? Like, can you still buy new JanSport things?
See, Bugle Boy, the company declared bankruptcy.
When?
Guess.
Well, judging by your face, it was either last year or 20 years ago. So I'm going to say 99.
2001.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That was a long time.
Today's show brought to you by Bugle Boy. Feel the wonder.
There's a lot.
Bugle Boy.
Their Wikipedia is weird, man.
Why? What other Bugle Boy
Well, it starts out with William C. H. Mao, China, later moved his family to the United States, where it starts the whole story of the guy that
So
started
a
Bugle
Chinese immigrant invented Bugle Boy?
Boy with his friend Vincent Nessie, apparently.
Oh, my goodness. All right.
And
To bring comfortable denim to the teens.
yeah, let's see. They can,
That was their goal.
Sold, and sold to them. Yeah, there's nothing that says that they were. Oh, they also popularized parachute pants.
Oh, for real, yeah. Good.
Okay, so they had parachute pants.
Bugle Boy was big into parachute pants. I remember that.
Men's tops, but jeans and jean shorts.
And weren't the men's Bugle Boy tops like those kind of like belly tops that people wore in the 80s,
That,
remember?
or I saw the one picture of a tank top where it was that weird, like, 90s color, like orangey red that said Bugle Boy down the inside. Yeah.
Today's show brought to you by Hobie Brand. I'm just throwing out all the brands I remember from middle school.
What was that? The lizard one. Remember that with the iguana on it or whatever the hell?
That wasn't Hobie, was it?
I don't remember.
There wasn't a gecko brand, was there?
I don't know.
Are you thinking of a Sobe bottle?
Kind of.
I don't think it was Jinko. Jinko wasn't the lizard, was it?
No.
Gaston Jordache.
There's so many of those good ones.
So many good ones.
Let's see. Reddit will have it. What was the one with the lizard brain? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. So what was the name of that? Oh, they don't say.
Nobody knows?
It's just asking. But this, remember it just had like athletic kind of lizard
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah. Yeah, athletic lizard.
Who's athletic lizard?
Ooh, Diva has Sassoon jeans and a hypercolor tee.
Oh, I wish.
Well, today's show brought to you by Naked because it's going to be another hot one. You probably don't want to wear any clothes today.
Right.
How'd y'all get through yesterday? Did everybody suffer through?
Gecko Hawaiian.
Gecko Hawaiian? Even I don't remember that.
All of those. You don't remember the summertime clothes?
Yeah, I do, but I don't.
Oh, I'd wear that now. Yeah, Gecko Hawaii.
We had a buddy in middle school. I don't think he'll mind if I say his name. Russ Pope, who wore Hobie shirts every day.
I gotta Google it.
For about a year in middle school, changed his name to Hobie Pope. And I don't know why I still remember that, but shout out to Russ Pope.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, they're all.
We called him Hobie Pope for a whole year.
You can still get that stuff.
Hobie?
Yeah.
New stuff?
It's but it looks like it's modernized itself somewhat. Like
yeah, they're trying to stay cool and with the times.
You can still get all of the things, but some, because of the times, there's some throwback looking ones, but it's a lot of like modern.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, that's
Showgirl Michelle,
expensive.
today's show brought to you by Umbro Shorts. Umbro Shorts, let them breathe.
Let them breathe.
Yeah. All of our genitals are hanging out of those.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's get into business. Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Let's stay cool. Let me know how you got through yesterday. Just stay hydrated. Those of you working outdoors yesterday, how was that?
Dude.
How was that?
You couldn't even
breathe.
anything.
Couldn't even breathe.
Like, you couldn't do anything. Like, I was like, oh, I'll take Elsa here or there.
Nope.
I was like, you can't.
Can't.
It wasn't like...
A bunch of you have been sharing this graphic where it's like, if it's this temperature, your dog can go outside for this amount of time.
Yeah.
And like the 90 to 100, it's like animals should not be outside other than going to the bathroom. So.
Yeah. No, Elsa doesn't really like the heat that much.
I know that Freddie doesn't speak. I mean, he understands words, but he can't read.
Yeah.
But multiple times yesterday, I had to go, Fred,
hey,
the graph says you can't go out today.
Show me.
Go, see how my phone? Go potty and you can come back. And then you drop the ball and I'd go, you will die if you try getting your ball today. So,
that's what he said.
yeah, he's like, but I can though, right? Can I go out?
For like an hour?
So I put him on his leash on the porch and I go, fine, go sit out there. Within 5 minutes, he was like, hey, can I come back in?
You got a lemonade?
Yeah. So we'll stay cool today. It is a Tuesday. We'll get into your high strangeness at 7 o'clock today. 7:30, reboot the game.
No.
I have reworked it, so.
Perfect.
I've got 3 questions. After that, I'm done. I'm not spending all day asking questions.
I felt bad. It was just the abruptness.
I liked it, though. I felt like that was really on brand for our show, to have a game show that just doesn't. It just ends. You didn't get it right. It's over.
It was
What are we gonna do?
It was immediately over.
What are we gonna do? I want to sit here and play with our balls all day? No, you lost.
Wow.
You got it wrong.
Yep.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
But I have 3 questions and a bonus prepared for today.
Wow. Oh, man.
So I
Okay.
encourage you all to go study. krockathon.com/history. All right?
All right. All right.
You know how to find us. Twitch and YouTube. Mike's always on.
100.9.
You're damn right, donkey. No participation trophies on this show. Tyler, we'll be over. We'll be over to ride the jet skis.
We'll be right there. Ooh, jet ski, yes.
Look at Boxcar's text. Full bore bullfrog clothing.
Yes. That's where it's at. That's the best fucking frog riding a jet ski, bro. That's how they get around in the wild. So.
NW, I didn't watch any of that. And I don't know if Cody did either. Did you watch Raw?
Yes.
Did I play stuff? Was there big stuff that happened?
No, it was decent. I like what they're doing. No, he had Seth had like beard oil, a lot of it in his beard, so it made his beard extremely glistening, like over the top glistening. I know the stuff he was. Well, some of the type of stuff he was using. But I really like their group. Why did they do that?
Jay, is that you? Are you Boxcar, Jay?
Like, that seems ineffective. Why don't you just put the right amount on there in the first place?
What?
That pill thing that they always show where they just like
pills from the
8.
big bottle.
They take like 80 and they're like,
Yeah. Yep. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Just dump less.
Fuck you, Harley Jarvis. tell me what to do with my family, Rick DiUlio. Don't you tell me. It's none of your business what I do with my family.
Oh, I was where?
He's
I was
playing
like,
the
I was trying. I was
family
looking
night.
at every screen.
Cardiovascular.
Cardiovascular.
So, Tyler, what does that mean? If it gets over 90 degrees, that's the day? That's a wrap? You get
Yep.
to go ride the jet skis?
That's it.
I should be by 11 o'clock this morning, I think.
I don't know why he called him an orca, though. I think he was just making fun of him because Paul Heyman's weirdly shaped. Yeah, don't mow today. Nobody mow today.
I might go mow today.
You don't mow. You don't mow, but you sure do plow.
Tyler, do you all just like have a thermostat you all keep checking? And then once that hits 90, you're like, jet skis!
I remember this dad that I worked with at Wegmans. He used to, he had the app on his phone because he had like fucking 15 fucking kids. And they all played sports.
Who did?
This just a dad I worked with at Wegmans. Just a random stock guy. But he used to all day walk by me and be like, 98. 102. Is what it like feels like with some that sports kids temperature. If it gets to a certain heat, they don't play.
Yeah.
And he was always hoping that that would be the case because all of them would play, and he would have to spend like his weekends would just sounded to be the
My
worst
kid
things.
is supposed to have practice today, but there's no way they will.
No, that the heat index. That's what it was. And he would just walk on me all day. 88.
Supposed to be 3:30 to 5:30 today, and there's just no way.
Oh, that's like the worst.
Yeah. So I'm sure they'll get that message. Right. We're going to move it inside. Bring your sneakers. Although we don't have an air-conditioned gym. So
Then never mind. Let's see. Yeah. The Giants will go this.
I don't know what I ate over the weekend, but I have had some extreme BMs.
Oh.
Not to...
Well, what did you eat over the weekend?
I guess I've eaten a lot of food, but I'm pooping more than I ate. I agree, Donkey. We'll work on it.
But what? I mean, like what?
What did I have Friday?
Yeah, what was? Let's try to work it out.
Saturday was Smash Burger Day, but I did eat 3 Smash Burgers.
So it's beef. You're and it's catching all of the.
That's what I think it is.
Pop it. Yes. They think of it that way. That's all it was.
That's all it was.
That's all it was.
Oh my God, the dump must stink.
Oh, what did I just do? Who's ready for another football season?
Let's get ready to do that football. Guys, I don't know if you like games like this, but the free game right now in the PlayStation Store is a game called Alone in the Dark, but it's starring David Harbour, you know, from like Stranger Things.
Oh, okay.
He's like the main character, but it's like
What's the game?
you're like a
Alone?
detective alone in the dark, and it's free. And I've been playing it the last 2 nights, and I like it. It's like a solve a mystery kind of game.
Oh, I did see that on there.
It's pretty fun. If you like games like that.
What was the?
I don't know, NW. It's my free PlayStation game for the month. One of like 3.
Was it May? I can't remember what it was. There were some of the worst ones ever in May. Bolt gun. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Did you try it?
Yeah. Bolt gun was pretty bad. No, the PS one. The PlayStation Network, where they give you free games. Once they take $120 from you a year.
I know, and you don't even play games online, so I don't even know why you have that. You don't play games online.
It makes up for it with the deals. The PlayStation, what is it? PlayStation Plus?
Yeah. Good morning, this is K-Rock.
There's decent deals that pop up all the time that you get better whatever for better
you save
price
money. All
or
right.
the free games, or if you wait long enough. Like I got the basketball game for
cheaper?
For way cheaper, even
Yeah, I
though
was
it
just
was
realizing.
even though it was free this month.
You don't play any online games, so you really I don't know why you pay for that service, but you do get discounts.
I would play like the football game against like you guys or something, or the wrestling game.
Playing basketball online real quick?
Yes, it was awful. Dude,
these kids.
I mean, probably 5 minutes, it was like 20 something to like 4.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
They do all the moves.
They don't do sensible bounce passes. They aren't using the bank board.
Oh no, it's all alley-oops.
It's all
and
alley-oops,
spins
dunks. Yeah.
and oh man, it was insane.
Yeah, no, I was telling chat there during Nirvana that I downloaded this game. It's the free game in the PlayStation Store, Alone in the Dark. If you like those kind of games, it has David Harbour. And then, so like when the game starts, you can pick the male or female character. And I'm obviously a man.
Well, yeah, you don't want to die within 2 seconds because you're worried about your nails.
I need man muscles.
Or having to worry about getting back in the kitchen to make the other guy a sandwich.
So the woman is played by an actress I don't know. And then the man is played by David Harbour from Stranger Things. Yeah,
sure.
of course he does. But so you're playing as him, and he does the voice. He's a pretty famous actor, but
yeah,
it's like a 1930s or 40s like mystery. You're in this weird house. It's just a fun game if anyone's looking for a free game to play.
I like that.
I really want like a good apocalypse game. If anybody can recommend one, obviously a jousting game, obviously a fighting game.
Then you'd probably like Alone or
The Last of Us, right?
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking about playing.
That's what that show is.
It's apocalypse, right?
Yeah, the zombies they have some infection or something, so it's after all that happens, so or it's during.
It's something I don't know, but I want a game where I can walk around an abandoned planet, if that makes sense. You know, like
yeah.
I want to walk around, kind of like
Zombie
Dying
game,
Light
an
was.
apocalypse game, a post-apocalyptic game, obviously.
Obviously, a jousting game, obviously. DayZ is the game pack says. Stalker 2. All right. Give me your recommendations. I'm always looking for new games to play. I'm not going outside.
Oh,
no.
my God.
I'm sitting inside where the air conditioning is. Thank you.
It's just too hot. It's too hot.
Just too hot.
Too hot.
Inside is where my whiskey and my weed is, so that's where I'll be. Okay. I guess it could be outside, too.
I mean,
You could take it outside, but anyways. 315-364-109 K-Rock text line.
there's a bunch if you just Google that.
Apocalypse games.
Yeah, for PS5, I don't know any.
And there's a new Dying Light game coming out, which is like, I love that franchise where you're
Stay
fighting the
Human?
zombies. Is that the new Dying Light one?
Oh, just says Dying Light 2, Stay Human.
That's the new one. Put in Dying Light 3. Dying Light 2 is Stay Human. Dying Light 3 is a new one that's coming out here in a couple of months.
Yeah,
What's it called?
Yeah, Dying Light 3.
Yeah.
The Beast.
Yeah, the Beast. It's like a mad dog or something. I don't know.
You gotta kill a dog. Oh my God, these games are crazy.
Here's the game. You gotta kill a dog, okay?
But it's not just any dog.
It's a big dog.
It's your neighbor's dog. And you've mistaken it for a werewolf on a drug binge.
There's a video here. I can only show it to you because I don't have it on my other screen. Speaking of dogs, there's a dog. How do I share this video? It learned how to walk on top of a ball. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, like a fun circus dog?
Like a circus dog?
Yeah.
And now it refuses to walk on the ground. It will only walk on the ball. Look at this. Look at this video. of this dog that will only walk on this ball. Look at it. It just won't get off the ball. Isn't that crazy?
And it comes back.
It comes back. It doesn't want to use natural dog things. It just wants to walk on a ball.
I love that. It's like, no, why would I?
I can do this.
I like how it's not only just standing, it's walking around. Like, it's like, hey, let me move my feet a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me move this. Speaking of
what
balls like that,
what
I can show you a video.
What
of a ball like that?
Is it a GIF?
More or less a GIF.
This is one.
Yeah, I want to see that. He thinks the floor's lava. He does. Thanks, Pax. Yeah, drop him in Discord. I'll check him out.
Yeah, I got a GIF. I'll just bring it up.
I got a GIF I can show you guys.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's quite the bop there on Northside Collision,
That was a banger right there.
as the kids say.
That's why none of our ideas ever work. When they say they want something, a fresh, new, creative idea, that's what they mean. They want a fucking sick jingle.
They want a sick jam, yeah.
We never offer up a sick jingle for any of those salespeople to bring anywhere. That's our fault.
We didn't come up with a sick jingle.
Yeah.
What if I do that in our promo meetings now? I bring in a little keyboard. And they're like, can we get a creative, fun idea? I'd be like,
Yeah, what's the place here? Wealth and health, wealth and health.
wellness center, a wellness center.
It'll get better when you're at the wellness center. Bing, bing, bing. Yep.
I would do that if it didn't extend the meeting. I get so irate when they're just busting each other's balls and wasting time in those meetings.
And I like when they do that because I know that it makes you anxious.
Stop making fucking Pauly burns and let's talk about what we're in here to talk about. What up, Joe?
Nah, that's a wave hunter.
Jesus Christ.
To what?
We're not accomplishing anything, just picking on Pauly the whole meeting.
We don't accomplish anything doing
Yeah, we don't.
anything anyway. That's where I learned all my dance moves from.
Delago.
Oh, he's doing his acoustic.
Just solo Ben.
Him and like those
Lacey
people.
Sturm, wow.
They're just gonna hang out and do some acoustic stuff.
There's a show for you.
Show for you. Gonna get funny in freaking hell, and fire. Gonna burn off our little tiny pubes.
NW, you don't want that hot Goldberg match?
Hate
Everybody was
Goldberg.
waiting for that big old Goldberg match.
And then they did a
What up, Jimmy?
interview to build up hype for it on, what was it, like 3 weeks or something? They did an interview.
Good morning, mother.
Awful. You talk to my family. You mess with them. I just can't let that stand. Hey, bro, you're 60. He's gonna fucking squash Gunther too. It's gonna be so annoying.
If Gunther loses to Goldberg, there'll be a riot. But it's possible. Why would they bring Gunther? And why would they bring Goldberg back to lose?
They'll have him squash him.
Be the most unbelievable shit.
The bell will ring. Goldberg will spear him. It'll pin him, and it's over. 1, 2, 3. It'll be 15 seconds.
Goldberg is out there to make dads feel good. I'm not talking me dads. I'm talking
No, yeah.
one more higher dads.
Because nobody likes him. They pumped in all the Goldberg chants. Just nobody cares. Everybody hated him how he almost killed The Undertaker. And then they had him squash a couple the Fiend, and that was everybody hated him even more after that.
People like the Fiend, right?
It was Bray
Bray Wyatt
at the height of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like he took the WWE title off him.
That's fucking stupid.
For no reason. It was the dumbest shit. So they'll do it. They'll do it again. There's no reason not to. Oh my God, he said a swear. And Noodles approves of his swears. You know? I don't even know who we are anymore. Oh, see, I love Dirty Dom.
You do?
No, he won me over. It took a little bit. I love it.
Is he a good wrestler?
He's a lot better now. And he's extremely over. There's this clip of WrestleMania where you can see the cameraman gets word in his ear as he's leaving. Like when he's walking up the ramp, you can see the cameraman in other videos telling him to go back because someone's telling him, like, go back and get your pop. They're cheering for you. Go back.
Yeah.
And he runs back down to the ring. Yeah. And the place goes fucking nuts.
The Offspring, ahoy hoy, this is K-Rock. Next week, the return of the well-now urgent care Moonlight movie series presented by Bill Rapp of Syracuse and Chick-fil-A 3 Wednesdays in July at the Lakeview Amphitheater for zero monies. Totally free.
Zero monies.
Parking is free. The event is free. You just got to get there. Bring your blankets, bring some snacks, no booze, no glass. First week, July 2nd. Wicked.
All right, come out of the gate hot.
Brought to you by Woodford Brothers. That's next Wednesday. Moonlight Movies, CNY.com for more information. I'll tell you what.
What? Oh, my God.
Everybody listening right now. 10 free tickets to Moonlight Movies. All right?
I can definitely see somebody going up to, like, the box office.
I got 10 free tickets from K-Rock.
Yeah,
all right.
Josh Chris Fant gave me 10 free tickets.
Go ahead.
What? No, that's free. But he said I have to, so they should be here for me.
You know, Rick's boy. He said I had tickets. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm looking at this list of BuzzFeed of things that kind of went out of fashion in the 90s. Going back to my Bugle Boy push in the beginning of the show. And I want to know if we can do these things still. So I can do some of these nerdy things, But I think you can do some of the things I can't do. For example, can you still make a bowl out of a Coke can if you had to?
I never had to do that.
You never did that? Okay.
No, I didn't smoke back then, but I saw people do it. But then they put the thing.
It seems pretty easy. Like you just poke the holes and then you smoke out of the open part, right?
Oh yeah, I guess that would be it. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I could. I would probably make it out of something else before I did that. But yeah,
I don't know if I could do this one. Could you still wrap a school book in the paper?
Couldn't do it the first
like
place.
in a brown paper bag?
Couldn't do it in the first place.
I don't know if I could even do it in the 90s.
I mean, I could do it my way.
Which is what, just fold it like, yeah.
And, tape it up. But then the teacher would be like, no, there's a certain way.
Now, for those of you who are young, back in the 1900s, we would all have to share our school books. We didn't have a Chromebook that we walked around with.
No.
They'd give you your history book in the beginning of the year, and for some reason, it was our job to not ruin it.
Yeah.
They're the ones giving us books, but all right. So we'd have to put covers on them.
Yep.
Like a paper cover. And some teachers were like, why isn't your book covered? And they were mean about it.
That's what I mean. Instead of learning how to, do real, actual world and life skills, they would lose their minds if you didn't have your book covered or covered the correct way.
See, Katie never had to do it.
Ugh,
Maybe some districts didn't make you do it. Phoenix made you do it. Phoenix, we were like, guys.
Yes, I'm absolutely.
We're not getting new books anytime soon, so wrap them up.
Meanwhile, yeah, wrap the book, but then I'm flipping through trying to find where I can write a penis somewhere in there.
You got to draw a penis on.
Most pictures.
Somebody from Egypt at some point.
At any point, there's just a picture in there. He's going to get a wiener drawn on.
He's going to get a wiener, or he's going to get a beer can in his hand,
or the lady's going to get boobs drawn on her.
Mm-hmm. Writing a check. Could you still write a check? I write like one check a year. When's the last time you wrote a check?
Oh, it's been a while. I used to use them for, I don't even remember what it was. Something would get mailed in via check.
I usually write one check a year.
But I think that's over.
It's always for something random, like somebody came and did something at my house and I had to pay them for it. So it's usually by a check.
Once in a great while at the grocery stores, somebody would have a check and be like, all
right.
Okay, one sec.
Do you think you could load a 35 millimeter camera with the film?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yeah, that was pretty easy. You just kind of put the canister on the left, you pull a little bit ahead, close it, and then just kind of advance it a little bit, and now you're loaded. My brother's wedding had disposable cameras.
Oh.
The younger kids, their minds are blown.
Really?
They don't understand what that is.
Oh, man, that would have been one full reel of my butthole.
Well, my wife, and I got to ask my brother what happened to the photos, because my wife was working very hard. She's so adorable. She's like, well, they put all these out. We need to use them. She was like, they're going to be really upset if nobody takes photos. So she and my cousin Jay were just taking all these photos. I don't know what happened to them, but it was fun. We're like, it was a weird scenario to take a photo and not know what the photo looks like.
You're like, well, hope that's work.
Yeah, I hope that's a picture.
But then, how about this?
What?
Where do you go? What do you do with those?
I feel like Walmart will do film still.
Do they?
Because you can go to their photo center.
There we go.
What?
You have to send those away to get them developed? No, Katie said.
I'm sure you can do that too, but I feel like the Walmart Center has photos, right?
Because I knew that Walgreens right there in Cicero had a little corner.
Oh, so does the Walgreens in Beeville. They have like a photo area.
There'd always be an old guy over there, but is that still a thing?
That's where we go to get our passport photos, is the
really?
Walgreens, and they put you in front of the little screen.
Yep.
NW asking, do you guys know how to still fold a map? It wouldn't be pretty, but I could do it.
I don't even know. I'd have to see. Because even I'm right of that era where maps.
You didn't really need them.
Because I was of the era of Google or MapQuest and all that. So maps, I didn't really need them. It was the first time I was able to, start driving and head on out. Yes, there were maps. I absolutely had a map.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't need it.
I got my license in 1997, and by then we were kind of into the MapQuest era, and I wasn't really going anywhere. I remember when...
That's the other thing.
Where was I going?
I don't need it to go to Old Forge.
I remember we had a map in the car. Like, I can picture my wife and me with her parents on a road trip in the early 2000s, and we used a map. But that's the last time I remember using one.
I remember once, for whatever reason, up in Oswego, pulling mine out of my Alero, trying to see where I was at some point when doing a blunt ride somewhere, and then being like, I wonder where we are right now. And then doing that, we were 0.3 miles. You know what I mean?
We're talking about technology and things from the
know.
90s that maybe you still can't do, or you can do, whatever. Yeah, Katie says Walmart says you can get them back in 6 days, so they must send them away too. So I guess no one's doing like 24-hour camera. Wasn't there like the 1 hour photo feature for a while?
Those little like booths and stuff.
Yeah, you could go to Ritz Camera at Great Northern Mall and get your photos back in an hour.
Will they still keep your nudes?
They still, you're not getting your nudes back.
Forget that then. That whole roll of the one from Brothers Whiting is going to be useless then.
I don't know if I ever knew how to do this. Program a VCR. I don't think I ever knew how to do that. Where you could be like, at 10 a.m., start recording.
No, I definitely, yes, because...
Wrestling stuff?
Yep.
Yeah.
You have to do that, or one TV is recording something while another one is doing another, stuff like that. Yep. I don't know if I could now. Not now. No, I don't even, like...
I couldn't do it now.
No, you know what? I don't know. There's VCRs and stuff in there.
Yeah, you could try.
I've messed around with.
Yeah, sister, how else would you tape every movie on the free Disney weekends?
Yeah, you got to learn.
You better bank them.
Yep.
Because when the weekend's over, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Pay for Disney? I don't think so. You expect me to pay for the Disney Channel? I don't think so.
Cindy, I absolutely cannot drive stick.
I used to be able to, Cindy, but I haven't in so many years. I would destroy a clutch, I'm sure.
Could not. The only stick thing I ever did was... No, my uncle let me pull his big Mack truck thing forward and backwards in the lot when he took me on a road trip once. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, didn't I learn how to drive a truck for some video with my brother and AJ at some point?
Oh, did you? That's fun, but I don't understand how you guys do all that.
I don't either.
And then this, and then you gotta do this, and then you move this here, and then you do this here, and then you flip that there, and then you can go one more gear. But good luck, do it on the road. You do it on the road.
I had to teach our oldest how to shift on a motorcycle. That I know how to do good.
That
I know she's incredible at it.
That I don't.
1 down, 4 up.
Yeah, let's see. You know you can buy those?
Oh, Flex, what's the update? Did you mac on the receptionist?
Uh-oh.
Respectfully, of course.
Does it turn out that she wants my number instead?
Aww.
Knew it. Yeah. Are we going to get storms today? I thought later we're supposed to get nailed.
Cindy, that's what stresses me out, is she really loves riding this dirt bike.
Yes.
And she's going to end up wanting a motorcycle, and that's just going to make me nauseous.
Bicicleta, senor.
I don't want her on the streets on a motorcycle.
You don't want your child out there on the streets. Guess what? They learned it from watching you.
They did.
Be on the street.
No rain for 2 more days. But no storms today. You feel like it would want to break.
But where are those then? Where's the isolated storms?
Oh.
Because now I want to know. What if I wanted to do something?
You blew your wad too soon. Oh, Flex. Well, now you can learn from it.
Well, technically, didn't she have your number? See, that's where you gotta think ahead, bud. She already would have had your number on the paperwork. So you got to make a joke about that. That's your move there. You slide the paperwork with all the info, and you'd be like, just thought I'd give you my number, but it's the paperwork. Like, oh, because it's
Good job.
See.
Morning, Susan.
Susan. Then you could ask if she wants to go on a date, maybe like 2:30. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh. Oh, the street lights? Yeah.
We didn't have those in Pennville.
Although that wasn't so much a thing. My mom didn't so much care about streetlights. It was more just let me know where you are. If it's dark, yeah, you can be where it's dark. East Syracuse doesn't.
My mom
Anywhere
turned
to
our
worry.
garage into the hangout, so everybody was in our garage anyways.
All right, we were only at one of like 3 places, so. Here, somewhere in my eyeball. Jesus.
Sawed off shotgun, hand on the pump.
Yeah, Susan, gonna take a little break. Then hopefully come back. Maybe a little better.
At an earlier hour.
With any support from being sold or something. Plus, there's so much other stuff I want to do when I'm doing. This is already an enjoyable summer.
Yes.
Already. It's way better to be able to dick around for a couple hours here, do the editing.
No offense, but what are you going to talk about? Fucking baseball?
No, that's what I mean. It's
Like, who cares about baseball?
it would be baseball and wrestling.
Yeah.
I cannot want to do the same.
Like, I know baseball's fun and all, but you can't fill an hour with
no.
baseball.
And I towards the end I started to do the exact same show every day, and I was like, that's gonna make you angry in a month. You're gonna make yourself hate this. You don't want that. I was like, just relax. Because I was also thinking of other different angles of things.
Of what?
Is like how some of those places that Scott has wants like a live show.
Yeah.
I mean, what if forget all of the entire weekend, just one random show for like $200?
Yeah, do that instead.
That I'm gonna do all week. You know what I mean? I'm starting to like in my head.
Yeah, start thinking that way.
Let's start working them on other angles.
Don't call me daughter, not fair to.
Yeah, back then you could get a couple friends together and it would be, everyone bring like $5-10. We can get the pay-per-view and a pizza.
Sun's out, buns out.
Nice.
Oh, as soon as you're born, you start dying. So you might as well have a good time. Sheep go to heaven, goats go to hell.
Get a little cake. You could eat some cake.
Susan, Freddie doesn't listen. I told him he just wants to go outside and play, and I said, you're not allowed to in this heat. So I just put him on his leash for a few minutes outside, and he was like, let's go back in. But I'm not going to throw him his ball in this heat. He can go potty and get right back inside.
Elsa hates it.
The heat?
Hates it.
I bet. I mean, she's so much fur on her.
Just hates it. The amount of time she spent laying on, like, basically on the air conditioning vent.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yep, I don't blame you, bud. That's the move.
Freddie does not like water. Cody has tried to take him in the water. He does not have any interest in water.
No, he does not.
I've tried spraying him with the hose. He doesn't want any of that.
Plus, he's like me with short legs, so to go like 2 inches into the water, it was all of a sudden up to his face. I make so much money to do this.
My memory has just been told. Yeah, that looks fun when dogs are just jumping in sprinklers and shit.
That's funny. Well, it's funny. I try to get Elsa into. She'll go in the water and everything, but she's not as interested.
Powered by Drivers Village Cicero.
Good morning.
100.9, 106.5.
Tuesday. This is the show. You are listening to K-Rock. What? Why are you making that face? What happened?
Oh, thanks, Target. Offer 2024 prices on the back to school stuff. Like, how about you just give people solid deals instead of being like, well, look, we're going to give you the deals from last year.
Yeah, I don't
Unless
shop
they
at
were really
Target.
good. But no, that's what I'm saying. That ain't going to win us back over there.
I don't have
Numb
to
nuts.
Target anymore. All right. So 315-364-109. K-Rock text line as, we roll into what we'll get into in the top of the hour here is your high streams.
No.
But first, as we suffer through this heat, a doctor in the UK has said the best drink for this hot weather is
Coconut water.
milk.
Ah, damn it.
Milk
No.
was a bad choice.
Yeah, that's literally one of the best lines in the movie.
A
It's a bad
doctor
choice.
in the UK is trending after telling people the best thing to drink in a heat wave is milk because it's 87% water and loaded with electrolytes. So why not just drink water with electrolytes?
Right? Yeah. That seems to be what's like a you're doing all the things just to get that you want. Why don't you just do the thing that you want?
Absolutely not drinking milk in this heat wave.
I understand the whole chocolate milk after
Like a run?
I do vigorous sex, but workout.
Yeah.
But the other one I don't really get.
Yeah.
I mean, is there something in milk that I'm unaware of?
Wes said we talked about this last year. Chocolate milk is supposedly the best option for hydration. Yeah, we talked about the exercise and workouts and all this stuff, but Hambone, I don't know if he knows or not, but water is actually 100% water.
It's crazy.
Hambone's right.
It's crazy.
Cody, what he's saying is we're taking the long way around with this.
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
We're
Yeah.
we're being real extra.
Yeah.
Water has all the water. And then you can do what I do. I pop just a little electrolyte pill, a salt thing or whatever.
I got my little squeezies.
Try to replenish my electrolytes. And aren't most Gatorade is like not the.
No, it's not. No, they're not
It's
the
like
best.
mostly sugar.
Oh no,
right?
no, yeah, you gotta.
Like
they're not the
Powerade?
best. Yeah, you gotta find. There's other ones that are out there that are a lot better for you. I mean, it helps, some of them, but there's other things.
Tax line says I drink skim milk like it's my job. Yeah, some people crave milk. I don't crave milk. I don't have any desire to drink milk anymore.
I've never have. My buddy did. When
We
were in
grew up
Oswego.
in the 90s. Every
Yeah.
dinner you had a glass of milk for some reason.
No, I just never was a fan. But remember, we have those in Oswego that just you could get
the
whatever.
unlimited milk.
BK, he would get like every meal, like 5 things of that milk, just milk. Boom, 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 like,
Which is crazy when there's all the
Milk.
juices up there and
right?
the Crystal Light. Why would you get milk when they have unlimited apple juice?
Just those juices, man, were the best.
They were the
Oh, my
coldest, best juices. I loved them.
And they were like, take 6 glasses and line your tray up. Have yourself a flight.
And you would. And
Yeah.
you
it was the
you
best.
lived. All right. I'm going to roll in the top of the hour with some Nothing More. House on Sand. We love this song.
Yeah, yeah.
They will be at your Sweetgrass K-Rockathon reboot presented by Mess's Fireworks and Monster Energy. Tickets on sale right now, just $40. $40 at krockathon.com.
Giving?
What is that? $40? I don't think so.
Well, when I get back out there,
Top of the
talk about
hour,
that.
we will get into your high strangeness. Keep it locked. It's K-Rock.
Yeah, pickle juice.
Gross.
Get myself a big old thing of pickle juice. Yeah, no animal wants to drink milk other than us. None of that cow we make them do, right? Isn't that? Or no, we drink the milk of other animals. Although I was watching Key and Peele or Chappelle show, and the Diddy sketch came up where it's the making the band or whatever.
Yeah.
And now it's awkward.
Yeah.
Now it's awkward to hear him say any of the things.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Yeah, it
God.
sucks.
It was
That
like
guy
Chappelle.
sucks.
Well, it's like, what'd Chappelle know? Because
Yeah.
everything he was doing was like dead on.
Yeah. That's the one thing I'll never understand is if like Chappelle knew that was going on, why do you stay quiet? I don't know why people stay quiet.
A lot of those people, it's so weird. So weird. Just the Hollywood hush hush, but then some of them act.
Same, Nick. If I drink milk, I'm shitting my pants.
Very weird. Very weird. I don't like it.
I love milkshakes so much, but if I drink one, I'm shitting my pants.
I don't know if this guy even makes it.
No, he gets killed in prison.
Because all you got to do is like go through comments of stuff, and you see people that know people that are in all of these jails, and they're like, they can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Well, that's like my. Well, it sucks to say not my favorite picture ever, but that's like one of that great picture of that guy that with the girl and the mom over at Great Northern Mall.
Yeah.
That I would just go with it, and they showed
David
his picture,
Renz?
and then he looked
When he got his ass kicked, yeah.
Like,
Hope he gets his ass kicked every fucking day.
He's not dead. They're not killing him.
Today's an election day. Get out and vote in your local elections. Joe makes Cambodian breast milk money. Must be nice, Joe.
Local elections.
Oh, you went to your local elections?
I've been going door to door with. Oh no. I apologize, Onondaga Hill members. That's
He
my.
misread the sign.
That's my fault. That's on me. That one's on me. That one's on me. We could get the guy from Drowning Pool to do the Eric's part for My Prevail.
That'd be cool.
Although nobody sounds like this guy. Like the guy from Drowning. My Prevail's so good. They're one of the very few bands I'd pay money for anymore.
Do we play it, Wes? I don't know. Do we play it? The new I Prevail? Have I heard it?
Depends on what it is. We don't play much. We should, though. I think I don't think we give our audience enough credit for what they would like to hear. Why does this keep freezing? Then just reboot then. Reset. Internet. Don't be a jerk. Well, then I guess he doesn't get it. Oh, whoa, whoa, but touching.
Now that the oldest is out driving, like with her permit and stuff, she's like, well, can we go look at like cars? My wife and I are like, you can look all you want.
Yeah,
you ain't getting one.
Because it sucks. Because back when we did that,
you could get a car for $1,000.
You could honestly look and be like,
you can't find.
That's $900.
Yeah.
Do they have Car Finder anymore? That magazine or whatever?
Sure, they do. Yeah, but I don't think you can get cars for $1,000 anymore.
And if you do, I don't know if you want your kid driving it. You know what I mean? Like,
no.
When we were driving, $1,000 for a car, and the car was fine. There's just some things wrong. You just get them fixed. $1,000 now would be like, I have the tires. $1,000. Here's tires.
Yeah, $2,000 car was like a nice, reliable car.
Right?
Right on, Pax. Nice, doggy.
Heat advisory on my phone. Thank you for telling me. Right? My Geo Prism was the best. We had to unlock the tires because it was sitting in our backyard for so long. But it worked. And it was awesome. And it was fast as fuck, boy.
Jacking off.
Guys, we are almost... Once this hits the ground, I'll cut it off and put it to make a new one, but...
That's like the happiest plant I've ever seen.
Look at this. We started with it when I was like, oh, it's almost in my head. This one is almost at the ground now.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Those plants are wild.
But this one...
They're like weeds. They just grow nonstop.
They really are like weeds. But I'll cut that off and it'll get its own house. Maybe I'll give it one friend so it's not lonely. But I think it's sucking everything up from the rest of them. Like this one is not necessary anymore. This one's not necessary anymore. So I think it's zapping all the other ones' potentials. Although this one seems to be doing well, so... Like I said, weird-ass plant.
1 minute.
I had the roots of a couple of them, and I just took them and buried them in a little pot with dirt just to see. Just buried them all the way at the bottom. After like a week, just boop, 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 sticking up. And I'm like,
awesome.
I didn't put them in the sun, didn't water it, nothing. Just left them in the
You have a
dirt.
gift. You're a plantologist.
Some of those. Dunes, you laugh because I learned all that stuff from you. You probably say the same thing. See? They're coming close. That's funny. Joe, I've tried. I can't keep them alive. I had like 3 of them, but they're all Walmart ones.
.org/amp.
K-Rock is WKRL North Syracuse, WKRH Fairhaven, Oswego. From the Harding Mazzotti studio, this is the show on K-Rock. A Galaxy media station. The Sweetgrass K-Rockathon reboot. Saturday, July 26th at Chevy Court. Tickets on sale now. More info at krockathon.com.
Tuesday means high strangeness.
Whose songs that remembered at random serpentine.
It's our segment dedicated to the unexplained, the unsolved, the mysterious, the out of this world.
Illumination visited upon the whole land.
Remember when they said they fixed these before? They were like, they don't hit so hard now.
Yeah. Now they hit harder.
Lot better.
I like that you have to do your high strangeness pre-pull.
Well, you said it.
You
and I
gotta
was
be
like,
high.
well,
Yeah, you gotta be a little
just
high.
like, just give it. It gives it that, that little kick.
Today's high strangeness is actually something that, for the first time in a high strangeness, I'm kind of skeptical of.
Ooh, okay.
Today we're going to talk about the Men in Black.
Oh.
The men who show up after UFO appearances or sightings. And doing my research last night, one thing I guess I never thought about is I always assumed that the Men in Black were like government agents coming from the government to say, hey, don't talk about those UFOs. You know, with the Will Smith movie and all that. That's how people know them. But there's a whole side of the Men in Black conspiracy that they're actually the aliens themselves are putting on like a human-looking skin suit
to tell you once they crash to tell you
or for some reason.
Hey.
So I got a couple of clips I'm going to play, all audio today, nothing video based, so you can just listen along. But I got a couple of clips. The first one I'm just going to kind of explain the Men in Black.
Okay.
Second one is going to be a radio jock from the 80s who was visited by the Men in Black because he had talked about on his show seeing a UFO.
I'm gonna get that book and reread it because that's in there. That's in there. As soon as you started saying
that, ties into us because we're on the radio. We talk about UFOs and stuff too.
Because he's normal.
Yeah, he's just a normal guy.
Just from reading about him, I haven't heard the audio, but it's just a normal guy.
Yep.
So all right, this is cool. I might be less skeptical.
Good. And then my third clip is Dan Aykroyd.
He's such a normal guy, but he's got some crazy...
He has a Men in Black story.
Well, he runs his vodka through Herkimer Diamonds because of the aliens.
I know. So, all right, let's get into it, shall we?
The Men in Black. Everyone who's heard of them can't help but be fascinated by their secrecy. And anyone who's tried doing research on them will know that, real or not, there really is a lack of information out there about their existence. In real life, it's believed they dress in black suits and come into your home uninvited or bump into you in the streets to tell you that what you thought was an alien craft or alien being was just your imagination running wild. It wasn't really there, so do not go spreading it around to your friends or family, or we will bring you nothing but harm. Those who believe they have been contacted by them say that it's not their clothing that disturbs them though, but their unusual facial features and odd behavior. In 80% of believed reports, they have been described as having no facial hair, large unhuman eyes, bizarre movements, and monotone robotic voices. This has led many to believe that the Men in Black might not actually be men in black, but instead extraterrestrial beings working alongside the government, trying to keep secrets from getting out.
So you see, there's some people that believe the Men in Black are actually government people, like dudes in black suits.
Yes.
This guy is saying that there's a whole side of 80% of these people are like, they didn't have real faces, and their voices were weird.
Man.
And I don't know who they were, but they weren't humans, you know?
Oh.
Edgar in a skin suit. So let's talk. I don't have the audio from the radio broadcast. I'm sure it's out there. I couldn't find it on YouTube, but this is the same guy talking about the radio jock and the photos he took back in the 80s.
It all started in Wytheville, Virginia, on the morning of October the 7th, 1987, when radio reporter Danny Gordon checked in, but this time he reported over the radio that 3 local sheriff's deputies all claimed to have seen a UFO nearby.
Now, if you want to see the photos they're going to reference, type in Danny Gordon UFO. They're kind of, just to describe it to you who can't do that right now, it's a black sky with like 3 kind of glowing orbs up in the sky, but it was the 80s, so the quality isn't great.
Oh, I see.
But these are the photos that are being referenced.
Okay.
After Danny's skeptical report to the listeners, the radio station was flooded with people claiming that they too also witnessed the unknown craft. Being a skeptic and thinking it was just experimental aircrafts, 2 weeks after all the phone-ins and reports, Danny and his friend decided to take a trip to where these UFOs were being reported. They did see something strange in the sky, but it was the second day when they returned where Danny managed to get a photograph that would back up everyone's reports.
It's the photo you're looking at now.
Gotcha.
He returned home, but before he had a chance to develop the photo, he said he received a call from somebody who refused to identify himself. He told Danny that the CIA and the federal government were very interested in the Wythe County UFOs. Danny also received a few unknown calls from a person saying, "It's not for your place to be messing in defense matters." Danny attended a press conference on the sightings on October the 23rd, 1987. And when he returned, he noticed his house had been broken into. Nothing was stolen, but Danny is convinced someone was looking for the photographs he took. He quickly developed them, but they were poor quality. But a few weeks later, he managed to spot the UFO again in the sky, outside of a mall whilst with his family, and once again photographed these mysterious lights. For weeks after this, he was harassed by phone calls from believed government agents, and on one occasion, 2 men visited his home to supposedly interview him about the UFO sighting. Danny didn't suspect anything suspicious with all of the media attention he had been getting during this time. But when he didn't receive the paper weeks after, he rang up the local newspaper and they told him that they had not run a report on him. A few weeks later, Danny was looking through his UFO files, including some of the photographs he had taken, but noticed that the set he took outside of the mall were missing. Danny was now confident the men who entered his home were the real men in black and had stolen the photographs.
So just to recap what happened there, radio guy sees UFOs in the sky, goes on the air, talks about it. A bunch of callers are like, hey, we saw a bunch of UFOs too. Then he starts getting phone calls from people who are like, this is none of your business. You should not be poking around in this.
Yep.
At the end of that clip, 2 guys show up at his house and claim to be reporters. They're like, hey, we want to do a story on you because you saw those UFOs. And he's like, yeah, that makes sense. Everybody's talking about me seeing these UFOs. So he does the interview.
Yep.
After a couple weeks, he doesn't see the story ever come out. He calls the newspaper. They're like, we never did a news story
There's
on
no
you.
interview, bud.
Okay.
Yep.
Finally, we're doing the Men in Black today.
That thing is that, like, there's more on those.
What do you see?
If you Google "Don't Look Up," that's the name of like the documentary they did on on
Danny
the
Gordon?
real story behind the Virginia UFO sightings.
Yeah, dude.
So there's a bunch more you can.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other stories like that where somebody will say, I saw or I took a photo of a UFO and then guys showed up at my house and then or when I wasn't home, somebody got in my house and rifled through my stuff.
Yeah.
Because they had a photo of it or whatever. Now we'll play Dan Aykroyd. This one's kind
He's Dan Aykroyd.
It's hard to take it seriously because he's kind of name dropping. He is very much Hollywood Dan Aykroyd.
He likes to say, when Chevy Chase and I were going to...
Right,
and, you're like,
this is a story like this where he's going to talk about how he sold a TV show and got a phone call from Britney Spears. All right, so...
Okay.
It's kind of silly.
Okay.
But it is Dan Aykroyd, and he's got local ties with his Herkimer Diamonds and all that.
Well, modern day Alanis Dave Coulier, I heard that Hit Me Baby One More Time was Britney Spears.
Oh, and Dan Aykroyd.
So,
Gotcha.
I mean,
all right. This is TV's Dan Aykroyd.
Well, what happened? We sold the show to Sci-Fi Channel, and it was called Out There, and I basically